Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show, Tipsy Tuesday. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our show. It is Tuesday. Always exciting Tuesdays around here. We're going to give you some tips. Introduce you to some brand new things.
Brand new things.
We're going to go down memory lane a little bit,
maybe.
And we're going to reveal one of our subscriptions today.
Okay.
So thank you all for hanging with us tonight. We promise we'll try to be entertaining.
Try.
So send us some questions, thumbs up, hearts, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to our channels so that you don't miss a show. I didn't introduce my sidekick, my one and only, Mr. HP.
I'm going to be here regardless.
He's pushing the right buttons today, so that's a great thing.
It's a good thing
way.
when I push the right buttons. It's when I push the wrong buttons.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
So thank you all for hanging with us again. Behind me, quilts behind me.
Yeah.
Yes, we are counting down to our first session of retreat. It kicks off this Friday morning, and I have 2 retreat quilts behind me, the 2 that we're going to be working on. We have Hera and Rita, and they're both out of the same bundle, of course.
Come on, Rita.
They're out of Lush Life. So any of you that picked Lush Life, you kind of get to see what your quilts look like. Yeah, what the vibe is. I loved it. The background is my Hema knit in the wool colorway. And I think I really love that. It's nice and warm without being too yellow. So love that. Behind you, sir, what do you have?
Classic, baby.
A London Calling.
London Calling.
Every time I watch our intro and see those bits from our trips, I just want to go back. It makes me want to go back.
Bits from the trips.
Bits from the trips, yes. I'm going to mess that up. We have a trip coming up in June, so not to London, though.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about some of our trips today. And we also have a giveaway every show, so stick around so you can answer the giveaway question at the end. Last Tuesday, we asked you, have you donated a quilt? And if so, how many? Does anybody have a count? I don't know. There was a lot of different answers.
Lots of answers.
Most people have donated a quilt, at least one. So that was really great.
And just so you know, you're all winners, just so you know.
Yes. But the lucky random draw from all of the answers. And today's winner is...
Drum roll, please. And...
Lisa Giesfeld. Congratulations, Lisa. Send us an email to help@gequiltdesigns, and we'll get you your gift card right away. And you know what? Stick around to the end of this show. So maybe you'll win.
That's right.
We'll get you a gift card.
Yeah.
So I have a really quick and short tip of the day for you today. It's something that I do all of the time, and if you haven't done so yet, if you have a stripology ruler, you gotta try the G-Easy Flying Geese method.
If you don't have a stripology ruler,
get yourself one and try
it.
So I do flying geese all the time. They are a piece of cake with this method. You save lots of time in the cutting, you save fabric, and they come out perfect every single time. And so this is a little tip that when I'm doing lots of them, and you're trimming every one. I know sometimes the trimming part is not the fun part, but this makes it go a lot faster.
Okay.
I have a little tip for you if you're making a lot of flying geese and trimming them in particular. Of course, I make mine with the stripology method, which you can find in the Master Your Stripology Rulers book. So this is the technique for any size. I have those units made here, and I'm trimming them to the smallest size here with my Stripology squared mini ruler. It's going to finish at 1 by 2. But here's my big time saver. I have all my units, and instead of laying one at a time out, I actually like to have a little bit of a lineup going so I can move through them quickly, be efficient, however big your space is. And then I have my ruler marked up with the markings that I need. And then I just go down the line, starting on one end, and just move through as starting with this first unit. And then I move right on to my next one. So you are kind of scooching through all of these first cuts and then repeating the same task so it becomes natural. It becomes autonomous because you are just using your muscle memory and doing the same repeated things. It really saves you some time. We do the first 2 cuts with this techniques, as I'm doing here, on both sides. And now it's time to turn our pieces. So I just pick them up and then scooch my leftovers out of the way. And then we're just ready for our final trim. And so they're all lined up to do that as well. And we do the same, just move through. And we saved ourselves some time. And it doesn't feel so daunting, does it? What is the result? Perfect little beautiful flying geese. Set up an assembly line, of course, especially when you got the little ones, you can line them up. I do this with both flying geese and when I'm doing the half square triangles 8 at a time, or trimming anything, I line them up as much as I can and do my 2 sides and then turn all the blocks and repeat. Yes. So let me know if you do this already and if you're gonna try it. It really does make a difference instead of doing 1 at a time all the way through. All right, no crying flying geese. Yes, this technique was nicknamed that. And I swear, no tears ever. How do you make migrating geese? I think that's where they stack up sideways. That's actually not flying geese because it's actually just triangles. Try one of my patterns. It's called Flight Path. It's a quilt as you go. You actually do those. All right, any other questions?
No. Love no flying.
Okay, great. Everybody's gonna try this. I love that when you take something and try it, and maybe it just is something that you'll end up doing all the time. But we're gonna move on to our show here. We are gonna reveal one of our subscription clubs that is our quarterly club called Shades Club. Now, this is only the 2nd shipment of Shades Club. What is Shades Club? So this is on every 3 months. You get 3 different 1 yards sent, and they are based on, they're all gonna be neutrals because these are perfect to use for background fabrics. So I choose on purpose a light, a medium, a dark. So there's quite a bit of wiggle room in there. So, and then you get to see that background being used in one of our quilts that we have in the flyer that comes with your shipment. So are we ready to take a look which fabrics we chose for our shipment for February? No, this was January. It was January, yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't it? No, it was February. It's March already.
Yeah.
Duh.
It's flying by.
It was February. Sorry. So let's take a look what we have in store. Ooh, look at this. So again, February 2026, we have 3 lovely shades. And I'm gonna show you the quilts too. So the little flyer that comes with this, so here are the light, medium, dark, 1 yard of each. Let's start with the light, which is canvas antique white. Now, all of these fabrics, we promise to carry them in 1 yards and 3 yard cuts as long as they're being manufactured. So these are all going to be basics, which is crucial because when we pick a fabric to use for a background, we sometimes need a little bit more. So it is crucial to be able to order more and get more. So here's the light. So the antique white is great for, it's just an off-white with a little bit of a taupey texture to it. Just a slightly deeper cream. It kind of has that plaster feel, and it just is the perfect base, but adds a little bit of character, a little bit of this aged character. So then we have the medium, and I chose this grunge, which is called Grunge Grease, and this is probably one of my grunges that I've had the longest because I love this tone because it is so warm. This one has quite a taupey gray undertone, so it looks really good with a lot of like aquas and muted greens and a lot of maybe blue. So just a subtle contrast, and having a gray or medium colored, medium shade of a background means that you can use lights and darks all mixed in, and they're all gonna stand out on that background. And for our darkest, we have a Hema fabric. This is Pebbles Coffee Break, so a nice chocolatey brown. And so browns are, of course, I call them neutrals because pretty much any color can be used with it. It brings that warmth. This one has a very warm tone to it, so a more red than blue. So it's just, I love the texture too. It gives the fabric a little bit more life. And when you use a dark tone like this, a warm tone, it's going to make warm colors even warmer. And it's gonna kind of tone down really bright fabrics. So it can really transform a quilt. So let me show you the quilts that we use for these. So we talk about the quilts here, and then we have also our monthly color club. Here are some previous color club packs that work really great with these 3 backgrounds. So if you're building yourself a quilt, this is just a really fun way to explore that. Now, there's always a coupon for anybody that is subscribed to Shade, so you get a discount off of these fabrics in 3 yard cuts. So you can always secure yourself more if you like one of these, and secure yourself more and just have on hand when a need for a good background arises. So here is our first one. This is one of our retreat quilts. This is Hera using the antique white. I absolutely love it because these fabrics that go with it, they're kind of a medium color, a little bit lighter, have a little bit of a pastel feel, but this gives it a totally neutral background. And I just love how the quilting shows up so nicely on there. So then we have our Grease, our Grunge Grease, and I made this Velocity quilt. You may remember this from our class pack back in the day. So here I used this as our background, and it goes with all these white, very soft aquas, beautiful rich greens, and just a little bit of black. And what this does, provides that fully neutral background, but you can easily see the lights, you can see the darks. And so I just love how versatile this color is. And that's probably the reason why I've carried this one for so many years in our store. And then last but not least, we have our coffee break, and that is also one of our retreat quilts. This is our Rita quilt, and as you can see, we paired this with all of these beautiful warm colors. Some of them are pretty faint and light, but what this background does for it, it really increases the warmth of them, and it just feels like a warm hug, I swear. I just love how this turned out. Love the little pebble texture, and just the tone of this deep brown is perfect, in my opinion, for a lot of different fabrics to use as a base. So that is our February Shades Club. Now, we have those fabrics, of course, available in 1 yards and 3 yards, but those of you that are subscribers can get a special deal that comes with every pack. Happy to take any questions on Shades Club. Like I said, it's every 3 months, and so we have a February, so our next shipment will be May. So it always is the month after our Bundle Club shipment, which is also a quarterly subscription. So a lot of you are really enjoying it. I see some of you already secured yourself some 3 yards from these fabrics, so that's beautiful. And always a good lesson every time you get a shipment. All right, so there's some more stuff we're gonna talk about today before we dive into more fabric. And that is a little stroll down memory lane. Stroll. So those of you that have been following what I do for quite a while, you may remember back in 2017, 18, I did this for the first time, and this was a mystery block of the month. And this first one that I did, it came to life on an airplane on my way back from France, from Paris in particular. And this was our mystery block of the month called Stroll in Paris. So when I introduced this was pretty much all that you could see. Just the Stroll in Paris mystery block of the month. This was back when I was carrying very little fabric, but everybody kept asking me for kits, so I was cutting these by myself in my living room. And so we did this. This was a 12-piece block of the month. Here is the final quilt that got to go to Paris with me for some good photos. And this was just a very special quilt. Those of you that partook in it, I'd love to hear how much that meant to you to do that, if you have been to Paris, and how much visiting these spots. So every block is inspired by a place in Paris. And as we sew a block every month, and it comes came of course with a pattern and a video of, it's just makes you you learn about the places, and you kind of almost feel like you're there. So then our second mystery block of the month was Christmas in July. No, Christmas in July. Christmas in Europe, sorry. Coming in July, it says right there. Christmas in Europe. And again, this was all you saw when we launched this one. We had a fabric colors, and so this was our reservation for the fabric kit. And then, of course, our third one, which is our newest, which ended over a year ago. So this was Christmas in Europe. Now, Christmas in Europe ended up being a book, too, because people really wanted to learn more about each block, so we put that one in a book. This is the cover of the book. I want to put the cover up. There it is. And the book has, of course, every block, has the whole quilt, some bonus patterns, some stories, and recipes behind all the blocks. So that was a fun quilt. And our newest one, we did the finishing reveal happened in Houston Quilt Festival 2024. So it's just been over a year since we revealed our London Calling mystery, and that was super fun too. The quilt got to go to London and visit all the spots. And so I love these journeys, making quilts because I do love to travel, based on something that's inspired by travel. And so I was just wondering, are you ready for a new one? A new fourth mystery? Well, we're not starting right now. We got a lot going on. This idea has been up there for quite a while. I actually put it aside because we are doing our Echoes of Iceland Black of the Month right now. And so it had to make space for that. But of course, good ideas never go to waste. So our next mystery block of the month with the travel theme is going to be not starting until November. So we finish Echoes and we're going to start in November. However, you guys know how much we have to plan by getting fabric and everything. So we do have a reservation. And here is our theme for our next mystery quilt. Cruising the Caribbean. Yes, this is the next mystery block of the month, starting in November. And there you can see the fabric colors that I have chosen as my inspiration for this. And these are the colors that will be in the kit. There will be a main print, of course, that has that Caribbean vibe to it. There's going to be an extra little secret fun thing with the fabric as well. That is going to be very unique, designed specifically for this. But of course, there will be a digital pack, which will include the monthly patterns. It's a 13-month block of the month. It's going to be a pattern, and then of course a full video class where I show you how to make every single block. We're going to travel through the Caribbean, getting to know a lot of great destinations, and dedicate a block to each of those that we visit. Now, for now, you can reserve. Again, that is just your down payment to reserve a kit, which the kit includes about 16 yards of fabric. It's a large quilt. It is going to be 91 by 104, so a queen size quilt. It's gorgeous. Now, will you have some options of making it something smaller or in smaller pieces? Of course, there's always options, but the quilt and the kit is for that size. Also, you will have a wide back included in that kit price. 3 yards of wide back is enough for the backing, and that very special fabric that's going to be added. Included in this package reservation is also going to be your video classes, all your patterns. So that by reserving now, paying $50, which is going to be a down payment towards your final total, that you get a deal. You get a little discount if you reserve now, because we need to kind of gauge interest, how much fabric to order, so that if you want to secure one, I highly recommend reserving a kit. Now, when does everything come due? So in August, we will send you an invoice for the rest of the kit. We're hoping to ship the kits September into October so that we can get started in November. I am so thrilled and excited about this one because it's been up there for a long, long time. So the full price, if you reserve, you get a $30 discount of the whole thing. So it's $479.95. That includes all of your fabric, the backing, the video classes, and the patterns. So all of that is inclusive price. So it's going to be $30 more if you don't reserve, if you just purchase when this comes out. Now, do you have to get the fabric kit? No, you don't. You can always wait till we release just the video classes if you want to source your fabric yourself. But we are excited, of course. So any questions you have? Some people are going to the Caribbean next week. Woo, look at that. We have, of course, we love cruising. And so we've done some quilting cruises. We've done some cruises just on our own for vacations. We've traveled a lot in the Caribbean. Absolutely love it, whether that's cruising or not, flying. So we thought it'd be fun to dive into our personal photo albums and find some fun things. And Mr. HP put together a little video or a little slideshow, right?
Yeah, a little quick one.
A little quick one. So let's get the vibe a little bit. So here we are. We made it to Aruba. Welcome to Bonaire. Welcome to Curacao. Woo! Oh, that just makes me want to go.
Let's go. How about we go on a cruise?
Well, we are going on a cruise.
Oh.
We have to wait a little bit. But I saw some of you commenting that are coming with us on our next quilting cruises, which are happening in January 27. There are still spots available. We're about 2/3 or 3/4 full. So if you're thinking about it, we have 2 cruises planned. First one is an 11-day cruise with some amazing destinations. This leaves January 4th on a not carnival. It is with, of course, Celebrity Cruises.
Celebrity.
And you can see this is on our website. If you go to our website, you go to Shop All and you find our GE Quilting Escapes. That is our travel website. You'll see all this. The second cruise leaves on January 15th and it's a 10-day and still amazing destinations. I cannot wait. And we are doing this with our friends from Nebraska Quilt Company. They are going to be providing baby lock sewing machines for you to work on. But countdown is on. And now if you're going to do this block of the month with us, we'll start it before we sail. Ooh. So I think that'll be super fun to really experience some of those places.
Awesome.
I know. So love to see all the comments, how fun these mystery quilts are. Now, of course, I try to give nothing away as you do block by block. I try to give nothing away as far as the final layout, which is always the fun part. So you don't really know what your quilt looks like, but you'll know the colors and you'll know you know where you're going, kind of. But not what you'll be experiencing. So, kind of. All right. Love. Any questions? Let us know in the comments. Do you see anything pop up for that? So there's links both in the description of the video. So if you look up or down, depending on if you're on Facebook or YouTube, links to this video, they will take you straight back to those places, straight back to the reservation for the mystery quilt and also our Quilting Escapes. So what I wanted to say on our Quilting Escapes page, if you like to travel and would like to join one of our upcoming trips, they do sell out pretty fast. There is a special link on that page, on the landing page for Quilting Escapes, to sign up for an email list if you're interested in trips. We also have a Facebook group just for trips. because we are planning quite a few coming up this next year.
Going on a trip?
Yes. Yay, yay, yay. It's going to be a fun year. All right. If we don't have any questions, I'm going to show you some fabric. We have some new fabric. We have a fun little, this is called Firecracker. Yes. Firecracker is just an 8-piece bundle, a little 4th of July themed. So something for, this one is just kind of fun. Celebratory fabric. So we'll start with this print, just all the fun things. I love the little cherries, fireworks, and fun stuff. And this beautiful bright blue. So this is one of the 8 pieces. We try to really balance out the colors. So we do 2 blues here. This beautiful stars. I love that there's just a little bit of that coral color in here. So not just purely red, white, and blue. We have some lighter blues with the flags, waving flags. And then we have some fireworks. So really great colors in here. We have the flags again in the red. And a nice little white stars on a red background. Very nice and bright red. And then for the whites, we have some great fireworks, that in a different color. And then we finish it off with the assorted stars, dark blue, light blue, and red on the white background. So very classic, very 4th of July, could also be great for veterans, just some fun stuff, really great for like small table stuff. Let's see some great fits here with this. This is Canvas Indigo, that nice bright blue, works really well. And then I also pulled out one of my Hema prints, Knit in the River color, a nice bright blue too with some texture. For the lighter blues, I went with Glaze Ice. I love this because it has the dark blue dots on it. And then I also went with Canvas in the Stonewash Denim, a little bit darker, so works with some of the darker hues. Then we have the reds. Bumbleberry's Postbox Red is perfect. It has the variety of hues. It gives it a little more life because the bases of these are a bit flat. Another color, perfect red, Grunge Scarlet. It's a very nice fit, perfect blend in these. Now for the whites, I'm going to give you a couple of options. So if you wanted to go bring in something pretty solid, I would go pretty white with that. So dots, white on white, has just a little bit of kind of a bigger dots, about a 1/2 inch dots on here. So that's great as just a solid white. And Canvas Whitewash is also just a canvas texture. It's not as pure white as this. It has just a little off-white to it. So that would be great as well. However, if you wanted to make it a little more fun, I always love when we have prints that have low volume effect to add to it. This is Sparkle Elements Americana, so it has the red and blue and light blue little stars on it. So I think that would be great to add to it. And it is off-white. Or we have Magic Dot Americana. So also got the red, the light blue, and some light gray in there. So both of those would be really great to add and be just as fun as the rest of them. Now for a couple of accents, I thought it would be fun to dive into a little bit of that coral that you see here and in the main print, some of the popsicles. So I went with Retro Stitch Rose. So it really fits here, but it will still be a nice little accent because it is that color of some of those stars. And then also some of this color is not this light blue. It's a little bit periwinkle. So Retro Stitch Periwinkle is another one. It has a little bit of a lavender undertone, but it's perfect match with these rocket caps. So Retro Stitch Periwinkle would be another great addition. We have a suggestion for a wide back. If you needed a wide back to fit this line, Chroma in the lapis is perfect. It's a 108. I think this is from Northcott Fabrics. So Firecracker is designed by my mind's eye for Riley Blake Fabrics. And I have another line for you, totally different. So this is the Northcott line, and it is called Running Free. So very earthy colors, and we have a panel that goes with it. So I'm gonna start with a panel. Should we start with the panel? I know I can only show you a little bit of it, but this is for the horse lovers. Yeah, there's the full panel. It's a 1-yard panel, so it is 36 inches wide, and you can just see a portion of it. Here's half of it, and you have the scenery of the mountains and the sky behind them, horses running through water. There's a couple on the other side as well, but you can kind of see the scale of them. Just beautiful. I love the textures. This is, of course, by Deborah Edwards and Melanie Samra. So I'm going to start with this print. So this is actually running yardage. So this will just be a part of the bundle, but I love that. So we have the horses and then we have the landscape. So it's kind of like the panel, but it's just designed to be a running yardage. So I'm gonna leave that just as it is, like this, so we can see it. But that is the first print in the bundle, and we have 10 pieces here. The second print is also horses, so a little bit smaller scale, and then kind of blended into this all over theme. But these two prints are the only ones that really have the horse theme. Those are the only ones that are really running wild, really. And then we just have some great textures to build around it, which is always needed when we make a quilt out of something themed like this. Starting with this great granite texture in this beautiful soft blue. They usually do some kind of a stripy ombre print, and here's that one. You can see the other side. It goes from the brown into the blues. Has a little bit of like river rock texture. Here's a little crackle texture, like it's a cliff, but it's kind of abstract, so it kind of could be anything. So I really love that with their design style. So then we have another version of that same marble texture with more colors. So this blends some of the off-whites and beiges with the blue and warm browns and grays. And then we have a little bit darker hue to that one and a larger scale. So even though they seem similar, they are different textures. And I like that because that's gonna give you some variety in your quilt. And then we have a fun river rock print. So really just the pebbles that these horses are running through in the water. And it, like I showed you, it's carried through in the prints. And then we have a couple of more. So we have the marble texture in this brown, a lighter brown with a lot of gray in it. So I would say this is more like taupey. It has a little bit of a greenish, bluish undertone. And then we have this really cool texture. This is kind of the mountains in the background. So really cool. I love the little bit of teal in here. And then we finish off with the darkest value of the marble texture. There it is. So definitely a part of the Stonehenge collections. If you like Stonehenge, if you have Stonehenge, it can all mix in with that. But like I said, just two prints that kind of theme it with the horses. And of course, the 1-yard panel. Let me show you my fabric pull too. There's also a wide back that goes with this line, but I wanted to start here with the blues. So A Perfect Bumbleberries Zenora Blue has the lights and the dark, so that is a great fit in here. And so is this Grunge Cosmic. So it has a light blue, but then it has those darker spots that just represent some of those other colors, some of the warm tones and the taupes. A little bit darker blue, I went with Floral Elements in the Blue Jay. I love that because it really has that tone. It's like the perfect match here with those dusty blue tones. And then I wanted to pull in a little bit of teal. I know you don't see it very sharp, but I pulled this one. It could also be used as an accent or a focus print, but it's dry brush teal, but there is quite a bit of teal in here. There's a little bit of green in there. So I think it works really well with it. It's just to give it another level and another layer. So going into some of our browns, dry brush, medium brown. I mean, this is like perfect with these tones. So that's a no-brainer. For some of the warmest tones, I went with Canvas and the Buckskin. Love this one, and it's a perfect match with this brown here. So love both of those. For the lighter tones, this really kind of a taupey tan, I went with this one, Surface Design in the Nut color. And it's rare because a tan usually has a lot more yellow, but this one has more of the taupe, so it really works well with that. For some of the off-whites, Spotted in the Ecru is a perfect match for this tone here. And then also a little bit darker glaze in the cream. Love that there too. So both of those would fit those lighter tones. There's quite a bit of gray in here once you start looking at all of the prints. So I pulled in a few tones of gray, Crackle and the Vapor, just because I see this crackle texture in a lot of these prints. I thought that would be a great addition. And also Glaze New Print, because it has that warm gray tone to it. So I really like that in here too. Two of the darkest, I went with Seedling in the Pewter, because again, it's a very warm gray. So for these darkest tones, this works really nicely. And then I had to do a sharp one just because as a focus print, you don't want to go like something red or bright yellow, but you could go almost charcoal. This is Nitty Gritty in the coal, but you'll see that there's some brown textures and gray textures in here, but look how great of a sharp accent that would be without being black. If you wanted more color, you could also go more on the blue side, pulling out the blue tones. And for that, I did Seedling and the Blueberry. So you could use that as your sharp focus print as well. But this is Running Wild. Let's take a look at the wide back. That's that stripy one. Well, this one would work too. This one is called Reef Gray. It is not the one that goes with this one, but there is a wide back. I don't know if you got that photo. It kind of came in late, but it is kind of that stripy texture that we have in one of the prints, but on a larger scale. Yep, there it is. So this is the wide back with the exact same colors that are in the collection. And of course, we sell the wide back separately in 3-yard cuts or 2-yard cuts. And then the panel is separate as well. Let's look at the panel again. Yeah. So it's a 1-yard panel. Beautiful. And then, of course, there it all is together. Running Free by Deborah Edwards for Northcott Fabrics. So that is all we have for you today, except for our last giveaway question. Those of you joining us for retreat, we're excited to see you Friday morning, bright and early for session 1. And those of you in session 2, you'll be getting your cutting video and cutting instructions tomorrow morning. So yay, getting excited. But my giveaway question is this, since we went to the Caribbean for a little bit today. Have you ever visited the Caribbean? And if so, we'd love to hear about what was your favorite spot or where you've gone. So love to hear that. Just answer that in the comments and you're automatically entered into our giveaway. which we will announce next week on our Tipsy Tuesday show, which will land on March 10th. March 10th, Tuesday, right smack in between our 2 retreat sessions. And then, but we will be back. We will be live on Friday during retreat.
Whoa.
At 12 p.m. Central Time. Yes, so come join us this Friday for Happy Friday for a little sneak peek inside what goes on at retreat. Just a little sneak peek. Can't really see or hear everything that goes on. What happens at retreat stays at retreat.
Sorry, you don't get
for
to
the
get
most
on
part.
Tripology C's ship.
I know, we are very, very excited. But that is our show today. Thank you all for being here. I hope you join us for one of those beautiful adventures one day, someday. Thank you for watching. Bye, everybody.
Step into the groove, it's the place to stay. GE Designs got the stripology way. Quilting with the beat, you feel that heat. We're the rulers of the strips, every inch so neat. Lay your fabric here, lay it right here. Cut it right there, cut it right there. Precision in the rhythm can't help but stare. From morning to night we cut and we care. Every quilt a masterpiece, nothing can compare.